Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Planet Tyro for a channel update, and not just an ordinary channel update, a very big one, because guys, if you're subscribed to the channel, you probably noticed that I haven't been uploading, but in the background I've been working on a lot of new ideas and projects and concepts. Me and Old Boy have been trying to do some soul searching on what we want to do next, because the reviewing game is oversaturated and we kind of felt a little bit I wanted to change things up, but I still want to talk about the things we spoke about before, but I also want to expand what we're doing. And finally, a couple of months ago, I came up with a new concept, and we're going to be launching a whole new sister project to Planet Tyro, which is going to be called, it's a new podcast actually, which is going to be called the Voice of Male Podcast, or VOMP, or VOMP. VOMP is our new project. And what it's about, it's focused around voicemails coming from people on the internet like yourself. And we're going to be talking about everything. So it's going to be me and Old Boy, and it's going to be me and two other gentlemen here in London. And we're going to be doing the podcast weekly, semi-weekly. But for the first month, this is June right now, we're going to be beta testing the podcast for the next 6 weeks. And what we need from you, the reason why I'm bringing this channel update is because we need you listening right now, we need your voicemails. And if you're asking, what do you want voicemails about? Anything that's trending, that's on the news, that you've got thinking about, this is going to be like a talk radio podcast. We're going to be talking about things. We've already recorded a couple of demos, but basically, we want to just cover things that are going on currently in news, politics, TV, anime, media, yes, everything. We want to talk about everything. Planet Tyro started out as an anime channel, then we moved on to television and movie documentary reviews, and now we want to get into the whole open discussion game, the pop culture discussion game. You know, we got a lot of friends that do this stuff, like our friends at Double Toasted do it, and we're not professionals by any chance, and everyone's got a goddamn podcast now. Every Tom, Dick and Harry has a podcast, but this is our conceit, and it's not about us per se. We want to make it a conduit. We want to make a place on the internet where you can share your thoughts and feelings. So let me make it real simple for you guys. We made it so simple to give us your voice. If you follow Planet Time on the channel, you might have, typed some comments down below, some replies. We want your audio feedback. And guys, it's very simple. If you listen on the podcast, just follow my instructions. Go to your Android device or your PC, your laptop, anything that's got a microphone, and just type in Vomp.Site. Just type that in your address bar, and then what you'll see is this screen here. You'll see a screen that just has our logo on the left and the record button on the right, and you just press record and you just send us your thoughts on anything. Now, I know that we're going to be opening the floodgates to trolls that are going to send some nonsense messages. Guys, we're not going to put you on the show if you're just going to talk about some nonsense like we love school shootings or rape or anything ridiculous or just hate. No. If you have an unpopular opinion, but you're concise and you're articulate, we might have you on the show. If something happens in America, yes, like another shooting or some celebrity gossip, or something happens on television, or, so many things happen every single week that we always want to speak about, but we never thought about the right platform. And we always wanted to have a conversation with the internet, with you guys and other people from all walks of life. And now with the Voice of Male podcast, it's a voicemail podcast. We're going to get to do that with you guys. And I would really appreciate it that you guys that follow me and Old Boy and, all the interviews and the reviews with all the other people. I want to make this an opportunity to work with everyone I worked with before. Everyone I ever had an interview with, a collaboration with, I met at a spill party, anime convention, all of that stuff. We're going to use this podcast to bring it all together and talk about things we never even spoke before. And I am very excited to do this, guys. It feels very creative. It's actually much easier than coming up with a whole new YouTube channel idea. It's just a podcast, but you know what? You're going to have your say. And I want to make the podcast as much about what you guys got to say as possible. So what I'm looking for right now, at the time of this recording, we've got about over 800 people that are subscribed to the channel. Now, if you're a YouTuber, you know that about 10% of your subscribers are the real people that are really paying attention. So even if I got 20 or 30 of you guys to help us, send us your thoughts about anything. It would really help a lot. Now, Vomp is going to have its own YouTube channel. It's going to have its own website. We've already got all that, but we're starting out on Planet Tyro, and then we're going to ease away onto its own channel. We've got, yes, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We've got all of that website. It's all coming. But right now, you know, we want to start on Planet Tyro. And again, I'm working with a nice British comedian, Jolene. Shout out to Jolene. I'm working with my friend. You know who you are, Stanley. Stanley the man. And of course, my longtime creative partner, Old Boy, is on board as well. And you're going to see people from the past like Nuance and all these other people that we've spoke to. So anyway, guys, I want to cut this short. Vomp.Site is where you send us your voicemails, and we're gonna have podcasts and discussions about what you got to say. But in saying that, we do want to make it current. We're going to be covering things that happen on television, trailers, news, all of that stuff. But you guys, you know me. I'm not the smartest guy in the whole world. I'm just like an average Joe. But I'm a bit of a nerd. I'm a bit of a technology geek. But there's different people on the podcast, and you are going to have your say as long as you're not fucking crazy. That's the best way I can put it. There's a good chance you're going to get your podcast on. And yes, I'll tell you right now, we are going to run a Patreon campaign to support it. Because honestly, I would like to do this full time. I would just like to have this radio chat show with voicemails, doing it with you guys every single week, talking about all this stuff. Because I've been doing that. To be honest with you, I'm an audio engineer. That's what I do in my life anyway. I record for other people, I edit for other people. And I'm just putting myself forward as a content creator doing it, and this is my dream. This is my new thing. I'm really excited about it. Now, as for Planet Tyro isn't really going anywhere, but we're not really going to. If we do solo discussions, we'll put it on here. But honestly, I want to transition to do everything on Vomp right now. It'll be easier to watch an episode of a TV show or anime or movie and just talk about it on Vomp with Old Boy or whoever, rather than create a whole YouTube video, which is just more time consuming. So anyway, enough said. Again, the website is Vomp.Site, VOMP.Site. If you guys are not watching this and you're listening on the podcast, again, Vomp, VOMP.Site. It takes you straight to the landing page. You can just send us your voicemail. You got, 90 seconds to get something off your chest. Send it to us. You don't have to leave your name. Actually, the part where it says leave your name, leave the subject matter. Leave what you're talking about. And if you are going to leave your name, only leave your first name. Or a fake name, or whatever. But guys, I appreciate that. I hope you stick with me with this. You know, I hope you become part of this beta program for the next month or two. And we really hope to launch in July officially. But if you decide to follow us on Twitter and join the group, we'll be sharing this with the small group of people who decide to follow us on this voicemail journey, this voicemail podcast journey. And I just want to say something I'm very excited about. It's been in the work for a while. The logo seems very basic, but guys, it's all about the content and about the community and about the internet and what you got to say, as long as you're not fucking crazy. I have to say it again. Crazy people, trolls need not apply. It's going to happen anyway, of course, but I'm just going to say it for the record. Don't come and just send us all this bullshit message. It ain't going to get through. Alright, guys, that's enough for me. It's probably about a 10-minute ramble about just going to Vomp.Site, send us a message, wait for the podcast. Links will be in the description below if you want links, but we're just recording right now. But I would greatly appreciate any constructive voicemail on anything you've got in your current life, your thoughts on anything. But yeah, I'll put a link down below to a demo we've done as well. I think I'm going to put the demo link down below as well. But right now, we're just working out the kinks. Let me get that out of it, guys. Thanks. If you listen on the podcast and you can't see me right now, don't worry. I'll put a description in the description box below on the podcast. You can just follow the instructions. But if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you for the support on Planet Tyro. It's our next phase, new project, just more creative, more open, more diverse. And, you know, I just appreciate doing something. I appreciate being a content creator on the internet, regardless of YouTube or whatever I'm doing. I just love creating content, and that's why I'm always doing it. So this is what I've been doing for the past 2 or 3 months. Check out Vomp.Site and stay tuned, guys. As we progress with this thing, you'll see more updates on the channel, and then eventually by July we'll just transition completely onto the Vomp. But you know what, I hope you're interested. Anime fans, TV fans, Vomp is going to be a new place for you guys if you like me and Old Boy, and we're just going to bring it more diverse of news and all that other stuff. I'm rambling. let me get the hell out of here. I'm slurring my words, I always do. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on the next recording, hopefully on the Voice of Male podcast. Peace out.